unless you hate Japanese people, which will move on to our story, which is the Ubisoft, the new Ubisoft
So
game,
I
the
did
new Ubisoft
see,
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I did see a bit about this, but I think you know more about it than I do. My understanding is that there's a black samurai character in it that people are getting angry about. Is that the gist of it?
That's basically the TLDR, is that there's like a reveal. It's kind of funny, the reveal, because it's supposed to be Yasuke, who's kind of like, in a historic sense, like maybe the only recorded instance of a black samurai. And I don't know much about the history of Yasuke, but I've seen people's discussion of it, you know, saying, oh, he's not actually a samurai. He was just what's the term?
A dude that carried like around a sword.
Yeah, he was like with I think like Nobunaga, like with him, but it's quite trolling in a sense that like when he reveals his face, he's like, you think you're gonna play a Japanese guy?
Okay, so is that what people are upset about? Is it the fact that this is the first time that Assassin's Creed has gone into Japan, and then you're playing like a Westerner essentially?
It's not the first time an Assassin's Creed game has gone to Asia. I think there's one of the spin-off like 3DS games or something that went to China. Sure. Of course, because you know Asians don't really matter, so yeah, they're just the regulated,
just chuck them on the 3DS.
Chuck them on
a thing 3D. That nobody has anymore.
Yeah, they did Egypt first. They did Greece first.
Yeah. Where's Assassin's Creed Australia, Tavi? I'm still waiting on that one.
Are you gonna play like a bushranger?
I want to meet Ned Kelly. That's what I want to do. Just a group of bad blokes that rob banks.
They're just like on a lot of drugs.
Yeah, just a bunch of larrikins, you know.
Yeah. But one half of the controversy is the character of Yasuke, and the second half is Ubisoft's pricing scheme, which I won't go into too much detail. But basically, the standard game is $70 US, but if you want everything, you have to pay for the Ultimate Edition, which is like $120 US bucks. But what Ubisoft really wants you to do is pay for their monthly subscription, which is like $17 US bucks.
Okay.
So they've kind of marked up the price just so it will push people onto their service. They've basically locked some missions out that you can't play in the standard edition.
Right, okay.
So you have to pay for the Ultimate Edition. Yeah. And it's like already there in the game, but they've just like blocked it behind a paywall.
Yeah. But this doesn't sound like something new, you know?
No, that's the point though. It's because a lot of companies have kind of evolved into this payment method, and now the greed is starting to show a bit more.
Yeah.
So gamers are a little bit fed up. But yeah, Yasuke. So there's been some mixed opinions about making this the main character. And I can kind of see both sides. It's not the first time this character has been...
Isn't there a Netflix
in
show
the media? Yeah. It's like Flying Lotus's anime.
Yeah, okay.
And that had a mixed reception amongst critics, but I think people generally liked it. But I think the difference is authenticity, I suppose, because the anime was made by Flying Lotus and has that heavy kind of Thundercat Flying Lotus feel to it. There's a lot of like hip hop. There's a lot of, you know,
you're really
even like
targeting that demographic of black anime lovers.
Yeah, and I mean, even we've had black entertainers embrace Asian culture in general, and it's created great things.
Hentai too.
I mean, like we have Afro Samurai. Yeah, fucking Wu-Tang Clan, man. It's one of the greatest cultural appropriations of all time. I love that shit, man. They created one of the best hip-hop albums ever made.
There's a bunch of YouTube content creators.
Yeah,
you know?
there's a lot of like black YouTube creators that really love anime. They're really funny.
Yeah, they're funny.
Yeah.
I like them.
Like, I can see that kind of representation, I guess, being quite enjoyed by this community. But then the other part of it is that this is most definitely a PR move for the DEI module. People are sort of saying that making a controversial character is kind of smoke screening the pricing.
Okay.
And it just feels very like disingenuous, especially coming from a big company and coming from like a bunch of white writers, you know?
Okay.
I guess people wanted to play as like a cool Japanese guy in a samurai game, and then Ubisoft kind of just like denied them. But I mean, there's already been a lot of Asian samurai games already.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
You got
Ghost
stuff
of
to play,
Tsushima.
yeah. If you want an
And-
Asian lead in a video game, I think you've got a few games to choose from.
I mean, people brought up the argument of, do you know the game Neo? The Koei Tecmo game. It's basically Samurai Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So in the first one, you play as like an Irish guy. So a lot of people were kind of like, why weren't you guys mad about that one?
Okay.
And I think the difference is that one was a Japanese company made that game.
Yeah.
And it was written by like Japanese writers. And so it is their own culture. So they're kind of allowed to tell it from that perspective. It feels more genuine. Whereas in this one, I don't know. Like, regardless, to be honest, even if it was an Asian male, I was still not going to play it either way.
Those games
But
suck. If I want to learn about history, I would read a book rather than play Assassin's Creed.
Just go watch Shogun instead. It's better. Yeah.
Nah,